It's really wonderful. The Forest Festival is the organization is like a big family. The assistant directors really have a lot of responsibility. It is a lot of time when you make that decision that you want to be an assistant director. You know that you're giving up quite a bit of your free time to work on these events and to help make sure that they're executed and things go smoothly. And everyone tries to help one another out. There's a great deal of camaraderie among the assistant directors, making sure that all of the other assistant directors have the things that they need to make sure their events go smoothly. People work together. There's a lot of communication. It's just a very close and caring organization.
Do you have any specific examples of maybe something you were working on, or a time where you're like, hey, this is really, what this should be about, with like volunteering in a community thing like this?
Well, I can tell you. I'll relate a particular story that maybe gives an example of how the organization works together. A few years ago, and I won't mention who the governor was at the time, but traditionally, with very few exceptions, every year Maid Sylvia is crowned Queen Sylvia during the coronation ceremony on Friday by the governor. And this particular year, I was Deputy Director General and had been in touch with the gentleman that travels with the governor, that keeps a schedule, makes sure things try to stay on track and that sort of thing. And it was about a half hour before they were supposed to arrive in Elkins for the coronation service, and he called me on my cell phone and he said, we're on our way, we'll be there in about a half an hour, and we'll get ready, and do you have the governor's tuxedo? And I said, no, the governor always brings his own tuxedo. We don't have a tuxedo for him. So anyway, a brief conversation ensued. The governor got on the phone with me. I got his sizes, and a half hour later when he showed up, there was a tuxedo here to fit him. And he wore the shoes of one of the assistant director's husbands down Coronation Hill. So it was one of those interesting things that the public doesn't get to see. Everything looks smooth and like there were no issues. But sometimes there are things that come up behind the scenes, but the group gets together and they work things out, and we're able to pull it off. And generally the public, doesn't know there was ever an issue there.